going on, y'all? Polo Sports Talking Entertainment. Back again with another one. Be sure to hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit the notifications so that you're able to get all of my content and all of my videos. Now, last night, LeBron James in a monumental performance and also an important performance, uh, just easily dominated the Washington Wizards 122 to 109. Uh, LeBron put up a 50 piece, in which the full stat line was 50 points, 6 assists, and 7 rebounds. Also, Malik Monk added 21, and THD had 15, and Austin Reeves had 12. And on the Wizards side, it was Kyle Kuzma that led all scorers. He had 23 and 7. Kispert had 21, and Hashimura had chipped in with 15, and Porzingis had 14 and 14 rebounds. Now, with the 50-point games that LeBron has had, he had that 56 a couple of nights ago, and then came back and had a 50 piece in this game. That officially puts LeBron James as the leading scorer in the NBA right now. I'm going to say this right here, okay? Now, I know there's been many questions. Some people are asking if the Lakers could actually come back and end up either making the play-in or the playoff. And in my opinion, for just the straight out playoffs, it's highly unlikely. However, I'm looking at it at a standpoint from, okay, if LeBron's gonna be putting up these big numbers and he's gonna be doing it against the not so good teams or the mediocre teams or whatnot, then in order for you to have any of a chance, you do from here on out, because you're about to hit the last stretch to put yourself in a decent position. You're gonna have to win games, and I know you're putting up big numbers and everything, but you're gonna have to win games. Like Houston, that was a much needed game, regardless of what people want to say. That was a much needed game. What's up with it, True Viking? I see you in the building. What's up with it, Scrub? Uh, I mean, listen, y'all, everybody can criticize LeBron all they want to. I know the way that they feel about this guy. I know that not very many people are feeling him. There's a lot of people that are ready to move on from LeBron and everything. But you got to give him this though, to be playing 19 years and be struggling with knee issues and everything. It's sensational what he's doing. I mean, I said from the beginning of the year that LeBron was playing phenomenal, and a lot of people they disagree. They got mad. Well, I mean, yeah, that is a real question, Scrub, and that's a very good question. And can the Lakers sustain this level of play? Because I'm looking at it from a standpoint of you know, who they who the Lakers have on decks, on deck next. You know what I'm saying? Uh, they got the Suns tomorrow, then turn right back around and they got the Raptors, then the Timberwolves who, they've struggled against, then the Raptors again, then they got the Wizards again, they got Cleveland, then they got us, the Pelicans, the Mavericks, the Jazz, the Pelicans, the Nuggets, then the Suns, the Warriors, the Thunder, and then the Nuggets. Some of these, believe it or not, some of these are winnable games. Now we know with Phoenix. Listen, in my eye, I feel like any game is winnable if you put your mind to it and you really put out the effort. Any game is winnable, but everybody thinks that they have to have all of this talent, all of these, weapons around them in order to get it done, and that's just not the case. Like I said, you have to have effort, you have to have enthusiasm, and I know LeBron is putting up 50 and all of that, but I've said in the beginning he doesn't really need to do that. What he needs to do is inspire his team in a whole nother way by doing the little intangibles, maybe on the defensive end, and that'll inspire the team. It's funny because when I think of Michael Jordan, and I'm using him as a reference, when he played against New York, the New York Knicks in the playoffs, scrub and True Viking, Michael Jordan he went on a point to where he was struggling that year when they were close to being knocked out. But what Michael Jordan ended up doing when things weren't going too well for him, you know, he ended up playing the defensive side of the ball, doing rebounding and just playing tough, solid defense, and doing other things when his scoring wasn't going. And that willed his teammates to do to rally behind him, because it's like, okay, if we have a leader that's out there able and capable of playing defense and going all out and giving as much effort and also as well as scoring, then we can also do that too as well. And you don't know how much that inspires the team. Even if you feel like you know you feel like you're not gonna make it, and you're not gonna even have a chance of sniffing the playoffs or the play-in, just fight. You know. Now, some people feel like LeBron should continue to do this. Some people feel like he should continue to do this, like just go on the scoring tear and just play tunnel vision, because that's their only chance of winning. That's some people's opinion. Do I feel that way? No, absolutely not, because you got to play in the team concept. And what people don't know is that if you're gonna do something like that, what they're gonna do is take the other players away and make you make you do all of the work necessary, and then that's gonna make you fatigue or make you tired. What's up with it, Stephen Green? I don't see Jacob Jennings in here, but salute to him. You said Lakers so bad LeBron got to drop 50 just for them to beat a team like the Wizards. Well, hey, uh, I get a man that I look. I get a man his just due for going out there and putting it. Now, some people might argue, well, he saw the scoring, because he's leading the league in scoring now with that 50 point game. Just to let y'all know, that puts him. at the top of the league of scoring because you got to think he put up 56. He put up 56 a few nights ago. A little bit less at Houston, and now he put up 50. You know, um, but does he? You know, it's about the Lakers and it's about what they're gonna do. You know, many people have counted them out. Um, I'm I'm guilty of that myself. You know, you said need can the Lakers need to beat playoff teams, not doormat teams. What Stephen Green, I kind of don't understand because you are you asking a question, brother, or you know, cause you kind of got to word that, but you're saying you're not impressed. I mean, I'm listen. It's not right now. It's not about being impressed or anything. I think the biggest thing right now is that LeBron understands that you know time is closing in, and then okay, it was a statement. Okay, time is closing in, and you know, and listen, desperate times call for desperate measures. But see, like I said, it just goes back to what I was saying. It goes back to what I was saying, and you can hop in. Hold on, hold this. Oh, Scrub Zero. What's going on, Scrub Zero?
What up, Polo? Uh, LeBron played well. I don't think he necessarily needed to score 50, but he did what he had to. He was effective offensively, and he wasn't a liability last night defensively. The Lakers actually they were exploiting a lot of defensive mistakes from the Wizards because I'm like so many players. I'm like, oh, just letting guys get through the back door and whatnot. They had a good game. Monk did his thing. I'm just very concerned that they won't be able to sustain this level of play because we haven't seen them chain together 2, 3, 4, 5 games where it's like, oh, okay, here we go.
Yeah, that's a good point. You see, the other thing that you also got to be concerned with is, you know, and like you said, it's about sustainability, and it's about you know being consistent. I'm gonna stress that again, being consistent. It's like when you having a conversation with somebody, you know, or talking to somebody, or you know, you conversate with a girl, you know, even conversating with one of your friends, you know, you got to be consistent with that conversation. And guess what? Guess what, Scrub? I ain't gonna talk to you no more. That's
Right.
that, that's that's the thing that we got to look at with the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you're not playing good, you're not gonna make the playoffs, and people aren't gonna want to see you play. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, you know, it's gonna be going home. You're gonna be going fishing, as they say. Now, the thing about it too, also sustainability, also in that regard of being consistent too. It also refers to LeBron being consistent on the defensive side of the ball. Like you said, they exploited a lot of weaknesses, and that's key right there. Okay, you go back, you go look at this. I know they're mediocre and everything, but go back and go look at this game and say, okay, look, hey, we know it was the Wizards, but just think about what we could do if they could get just at least, I would say, 3 wins against these quality teams on this stretch. Because you got to think about it, they got Phoenix coming up. You know, they got Dallas coming up. They got Philly coming up. You know, they got some, and they got a couple of mediocre teams. Hey, they could possibly do something. You know, and I'm not saying you know flat out playoffs or nothing like that, but they could actually stay alive. But it's about being consistent. And like you said, man, that's a great point.
Yeah. Who else? Who they got left now? They got to play the Suns next. Suns,
Yeah,
the Raptors.
I already went
Yeah,
down this, but you can
but
go there.
like, dang, can you do it against the Suns? Because
Hmm.
we can say what we want about how about oh they don't have their guys and this and that, but the Suns have found what the Suns have been able to pull out the wins in their past few games against the Lakers,
Yeah,
and time is ticking. You can't really afford to be losing any more games. The more games you lose, the nah, can't be messing around with that.
right. Well, they got D book. They got D book back. You see, I told you I was going to. They was going to stay alive or die trying. Well, I mean, look, if when you're in this position, when you're in this position and having AD, having not having AD, definitely it definitely hurts you. Hold on one sec. Well, hold on one sec, Scrub. I gotta order some
Hmm.
food. Hold on a minute. You said, hell no, they can't do it against the Suns. In my humble opinion. Well, I mean, the Suns are still great defensively. Now, who you got to be worried about is the Warriors.
Uh, the way both teams are playing right now, this Lakers team can take the Warriors.
You really think so?
The way unless the Warriors uh, one get back Draymond and two start fixing what they how they playing. Yeah,
Right. So you really think you really yeah, well, and see, a lot of people feel like Clay should come off the bench. Do you feel that way, Clay?
I do. I think it would give your team a somewhat different look.
Uh
I
huh.
don't know how effective it'll be, but as of right now, he's not where you would like for him to be. I think putting him with the second unit would it makes him the number one option, and then you can work off of him as opposed to having him in. It's not
Hey,
like him and Steph won't be playing on the floor together at any point in the game.
Hey, watch this. I'm finna throw a wrench in this conversation with Scrub, y'all, just to make him a little bit more interested in the conversation. Watch this. Man, what you think about Deshaun Watson? He
Ooh.
be a giant. Yeah, look at that. You see how this?
Oh, I can tell you right
Watch
now.
out. He gonna get hyped like G Money on New Jack City. Come on, man. That's it.
Oh, you talk about Deshaun Watson's a giant. I can tell you right now.
Uh-huh.
You and I have a better chance of hitting the lotto on the same day than Deshaun Watson being a New York Giant.
That'd be crazy, wouldn't it, though?
It would be, but John Mara made it
Hey,
clear.
Scrub, man, you'll have your 56 on with Lauren, I mean with Taylor on the back. You know what I'm saying? He'd be like, yeah, we're going to the ship. We're going to the ship.
I'd have a lot more confidence in this team if they had Deshaun Watson as a QB.
Look, I mean, what you think about the whole situation? You know what I'm saying? Because I was hoping some football heads would have pulled up yesterday, but only few
Yeah.
came.
Well, I'm glad he didn't get indicted because I don't think he did anything wrong. The thing is, we know how the NFL is, so a suspension may still be on the horizon, and then there's also the civil cases. So right now, it's wait and see because
Well, a suspension.
You know how the NFL is. They'll find a way to. They will find a way to suspend him if they.
Yeah, but we don't know. Yeah, well, hey, that's just right now. They're just interested. I'm talking to live wire. Salute to live wire. Goes up to the show. Man, look, we don't know anything yet. They're interested in him, and that's where I want him to go. That speaking of that, I want Watson to be in Seattle. That'd be perfect. You know why? Well, man, you got two first rounders, two second rounders, and you got three new guys over there, and you got a new future now. Pete Carroll's gonna be the only question. You know, is he going to jail with Pete Carroll? But Pete Carroll got it. To me, Pete Carroll. It's time for Pete Carroll to go. But you never know; it might work out. What you saying?
I don't. It would be if that could happen. It'd be a good move. I just don't see it happening. Considering, remember they didn't have prior to the Russell Wilson trade. They didn't have a first round pick.
Right.
The Jamal Adams trade. So now they got a first round pick. They got 2 1s, 2 2s, and a fifth. I do not see them. They would have to probably give all that up.
Or a better one is the Colts. You said Watson was set up because he asked for a trade. Yeah, he was set up. Man, the Houston organization has always been a mess, haven't they, Scrub? Man, them guys they've had a load of talent, and I mean, they've had Andre Johnson, Arian Foster, J.J. Watt. You know what I'm saying? DeAndre Hopkins. I could go on and on and on. But now the coach, I wasn't too like I said, I told Scrub a while back. I wasn't a fan of Bill O'Brien. But the thing about it is that Bill O'Brien, you know, you could tell he was fed up over there. I mean, you could tell that something was going on, and there was a struggle going on.
It was
Okay,
just a bad
hey,
situation
look,
all
now we got him talking. Look, now we got him talking. Look at him. Get the chat going crazy now.
around.
They will give it to get him. The coach, our bad choice. Is just like the Texas on it. Well, hey, live wire. Yeah, I thought you said that Deshaun Watson was gonna go to the Steelers. Oh, but he ain't go. The Steelers ain't interested. You know why? Because that motherfucker, Brian Flores. You know what I'm saying? And that motherfucker was up in there. Oh yeah, we want high character guys. I find it odd. He came over there, and Deshaun Watson actually, it was rumored to say that he wanted to play with Brian Flores, despite all of that, right? You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, the Steelers talking about they not interested. I think the coach would be possibly a good move, but I'm looking at Seattle. What you think?
I just don't see it considering what they finally got back. I don't think that you would
Hop,
have to give that up again.
hop in, live wire, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a chat boy. Come on in here. You too, Kev Cook. Come on in here, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Go ahead and hit that link, man. Come on in here, man. You know what I'm saying? Scrub deal don't he don't fight that hard now. He gonna eat you off the bone. You know what I'm saying? But he said Steeler would be a good choice. But remember, now we don't know what's what. No, they're not live wire. They came out with a report that they're not interested in Deshaun Watson. They already said that. Now I don't know if that's subject to change now. If they done banged the gavel, you know what I'm saying? They done dropped the charges. And everything. All right, here go live
and
wire.
and
Hey,
with
we got live wire in the building. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the live wire sports and entertainment, man. He a Washington man. I don't know what name y'all like, Commanders,
The
football team, Redskins, man, the Commodores, whatever the fuck name y'all
yeah,
like.
well,
We got okay, he a Miami Hurricane man. Good Lord, this boy
hey,
the Chicago Bulls man. Got Zach Levine 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Y'all 0-14 where y'all got for against elite teams. Yeah, we're gonna talk about all that live. Why? Now you gonna step over here. Go
hey
ahead.
man, hey man, don't come for me too early in the morning, man.
it ain't never too early to come after
It
anyone.
ain't never too early.
Hey,
All right, what you got on it, man? What's up with it, Jacob? Since I see you in the building.
I was I did a live yesterday with this dope ass female. Her name is Sportsadelic. I found her on Facebook, and she a Washington Commander fan. And so we was chopping it up on the Deshaun Watson thing, and um, just think now, nobody thought that Seattle and Denver had a trade for Russell Wilson, and this was going on 2 weeks prior. Everybody thought Washington had to play. Everybody thought other teams had to play. Seattle is very sneaky, and them picks came in handy for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So I won't be surprised as Deshaun Watson go there because you got to think Seattle still got their own picks. They don't have to give up much to get him. They could use them same picks they got from Denver and add something else to the part and get Deshaun Watson easily. So they don't really have to give up too much. They could give up what they got and just get Deshaun Watson. Now, other teams like Carolina that's probably in the play, they're gonna have to give up a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Washington can't give up nothing right now, so because they got Wentz. I don't, what I'm saying? Pittsburgh would be, to me, I thought Pittsburgh would be a nice fit because of Brian Flores and Mike Tomlin. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hell, they dealt with Ben Roethlisberger with his sexual allegations over there for years. You know what I'm saying? So why not, bring somebody that has better character, even though he went through something?
Yeah, but they've already look. I've said this, and I'm pretty sure Scrub and you thinking the same thing. They've already kind of tarnished his reputation to a degree because even though they've dropped the charges and everything, you still got that hanging over your head, and you know how people are. The assassination of character type of feel. They'll
Yeah,
be like, oh, that's the guy that was involved with the 22 allegations or whatever. He went to, and there might be somebody over there defending him, and they'll be like, oh, well, they said they dropped the charges, but he was still in the massage parlor. Can you imagine? You know how people think. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
I, I just think about that. And I feel like the NFL had did that on purpose, live wire.
Hmm.
yeah.
Oh, of course. When you look at the timing of it, like all right, the situation's bad. He asks for a trade, and then it's after he asks for a trade, this information comes out.
Exactly.
That don't sound too up and up with me.
That's why I think the Texas owners had a lot to do with that because for what I have heard, the Texan owner and his lawyer, they live right down the street from each other.
Hmm.
So there was a lot of fishy situation going on behind the scenes.
Yeah. Um.
So, but yeah, man. But I see LeBron hit another 50 piece last night.
He had another 50 piece. I personally don't think he needed to go for the 50 because by the time when he took that last shot, the game was pretty much over.
Yeah. Well, you know how LeBron does.
Of course.
He want to milk every last second just to make it look good for him. And what y'all thought about that Knicks and that Sixers game the other night?
Oh, F James Harden. Uh, first of all, because what he because I'm no, I can't. There's really nothing else I got to say about James Harden except why, and I'm just gonna keep asking why until he proves up he can show up in big games.
I already see it coming. Either Doc Rivers gonna get fired because the rumor is they want Mike D'Antoni over there. But what's gonna happen if Doc Rivers get fired and they do not make it to the finals next year? You're gonna watch Joel B blow up on James Harden. That situation is gonna come. It's gonna catch fire quicker than James Harden got traded there. Because
Oh,
because
I was,
Joel,
I was gonna
Joel
say,
B,
hmm
he, Joel B, he ain't gonna stand for too much. And if he ain't winning, you know what I'm saying? Because to me, I think it was a bad trade. They should have never traded. They should have just dealt Ben Simmons somewhere else. to where they could have got a better cohesiveness with him, with Joey B. You know what I'm saying? You didn't need another a person. You know, you got a person that plays shoots but can come up in big moments but can't play defense. So you had a person that couldn't shoot but play defense and still couldn't come up in big moments. So you traded the same for the same person.
A guy who the sad thing about Harden is that he can play defense. He chooses not to. But even
Yeah.
more than that, you with listen, Joel Embiid's probably going to be on the chopping block if they don't win
Oh yeah.
because because who's general manager Daryl Morey's there. We know Harden's his guy. He's friends with the owner
Mm-hmm.
apparently, and you talk about Doc Rivers already being. There's rumors from when that trade was made. There's already rumors are coming out. Doc don't win it, he gonna be gone.
Mm-hmm. And somebody, I was on the Bulls community on Bleacher Report. Somebody said that don't be surprised if Doc Rivers got fired and Doc Rivers took over um um Billy Donovan's spot in Chicago. I said nah, that would be crazy. I said, but Doc Rivers, man, he done had talent everywhere, and he just, I mean, ever since Boston, it's just like he done had talent everywhere. I mean, over there in L.A., now Philly, and he just ain't getting it done. So I don't know what it is with Doc Rivers right now.
Doc Rivers is a choke artist.
Yeah, I was like, I rather keep Billy Donovan because I damn sure don't want no Doc Rivers. I rather get Mark Jackson if that's the case.
Mark Jackson should have a Mark Jackson should have long past had a job.
Yeah, he should have been, man. And then just it's crazy how all these recycled coaches keep getting a job and he's sitting on the sideline. Look at Tom Thibodeau. I mean, the best highlight he had was when he had Derrick Rose in Chicago. He haven't did that to the MS since then, and he keep getting chances after chances. So, but anyway, Polo, since you talk about my Bulls, we bought Alex Caruso might be playing tonight. So Um, and he definitely might have Pat Will next week, and then Lonzo the week after. So we about to get our squad back, fully and healthy for the playoffs. So yeah, it's been a rough season down the stretch because we was 0-14 against the league teams, but we've been kind of like hurt and COVID ridden mostly more than any other team in the league, but still we they got Billy Donovan got to coach better. He got to put them boys in better rotation and use a better put them in better situational basketball instead of just not making adjustments. Because some games we be in, and some games it's just what it is.
It- well, yeah, but well, my question is still gonna come down to the playoffs. What y'all gonna do about that DeMar DeRozan fellow?
Yeah, I mean, I think the bar got a lot to prove. I think um I mean I see us getting to the second round, and then depends on how healthy we are going into the playoffs. I like our chances to, you know what I'm saying, because like I said, we'll have all our guys back. But if the main it's not so much DeMar, I'm worried about Vooch, man. How he going is he gonna step up, man? Because some games he's he has good games against weaker teams, and then big game he don't have big games against the elite teams, and that's really it's gonna put so much pressure on DeMar and Zach to score if he's don't engage. So Vooch, he. I mean, I don't know if Billy gonna have a game plan for them in the playoffs. I don't know. It just right now, it's just you know. I just want them to get healthy so I can see what they look like fully loaded. Right now, I can't. I'm I'm judging them because of what they don't have there, but at the same time, I want to see what they was at like the way when they the beginning of the season they was on fire. You know what I'm saying? And then things start snowballing for them from that point on. From COVID injuries and stuff, and they never. It seemed like they could never get back to where they needed to be. So if they get bounced out in the first round, it's gonna be boy, it's not gonna be good for Billy Donovan.
Might just be time for him to go.
Yeah, that's true. Because the front office they have a plan for next season, and I won't be surprised if they do put Vooch on the trading block for next year. Because there's a lot of options in the offseason for the Chicago Bulls. I think they center position definitely needs to be a little bit more versatile, athletic. You know, um, because they don't have a lot of movement. You know, especially when space is spacing and cutting, they don't have a lot of movement. So, and Vooch is not the fastest feet person. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do in the playoffs, and what the result going to be, and that'll tell me what's most likely will probably happen in the off season.
I mean, Levine is playing like he's 1 foot in and 1 foot out, anyways. I mean, and originally it was supposed to be it's Levine's team, and they were supposed to build around Levine. Actually, if you really want to get technical, they were planning on bringing in Kobe White to try to make him the future. If you really want to be honest, because Kobe White, remember coming out of Kobe college out of UNC, Kobe
Yeah,
White was their guy. But
I,
they saw Levine right now as he was the now. You know what I'm saying? And they wanted to win now. They saw the talent, but Levine, to the Bulls' point, he he
yeah, but
he's been hurt. He's been showing kind of that thing where, okay, like what was going on in Minnesota, live wire and Scrub. He was always hurt. You know what I'm saying? And that's
yeah.
not happening.
Well, I don't think he gonna go nowhere. I mean, I think he likes being. I mean, he's been speaking up pretty much and saying, he likes Billy Donovan. The best coach he ever had. He liked this team. He never had a winning team. So, I mean, I think he just. I mean, he's kind of like took a step back and allowed Demar to kind of like be the vocal part of the team. But I think he'll resign. I think he won't take the max. I think he want the team to get better, but I think his knee issues is concerning because is sore. I just think he need to take some torque and stop trying to dunk so much. I know he's athletic, but he gonna have to reinvent his game to save his legs. You know what I'm saying? He can't, you know, you don't we went through that with D Rose. He gonna have to just start reinventing his game and not trying to like always get a little soft dunk here and there, but not you ain't got to get no more explosive dunks no more because we already know what you could do. But just kind of reinvent his game a little bit, and I think he'll probably after the offseason he'll probably do that. But right now is like he dealing with knee soreness and stuff, and I think also with Lonzo and Caruso and Pat Will out, it's kind of like put a lot of more pressure on him and Demar because they got to carry Vooch scoring too when he ain't scoring. So it's they've been getting a lot of wear and tear, man, and I kind of worry about Demar and his minutes. You know what I'm saying? Because as them guys come back, like I say, there's a chance that Alex play tonight. He's been the quickest one, and then Pat Will might play next week, and, or in the middle of next week, and then Lonzo might come back towards the end of the month. So I think once they all come back, that'll take some pressure off of them. But Billy Donovan gonna have to get them past the first round. If he don't get them past the first round, it's not gonna be good for him because I know they'll probably say, well, yeah, they're giving the reason why, you've been hurt and COVID and all that stuff. But you got to think, A lot of teams dealt with COVID. They still dealing with it. In and out the lineup, but I just depth to me for that team is my concern. You know, so I think they. If you look, I I kind of judge the Bulls like I look at the Miami Heat. They play defense. They got scores all across the board, and their bench is deep. You know what I'm saying? And you really need a lot of extra scoring, and the Bulls don't have that extra scoring off the bench. Yeah, you got a few guys that can score, but you need scoring power. You know what I'm saying? To really, because dealing with somebody like Milwaukee, Philadelphia, because every time I seen the Bulls play like Philadelphia, Nang and that other guy, they just light them up from three, and I'm like, golly, how we cannot defend the 3-point line? We was doing it early in the season, but you know, I'm, I'm more realistic to certain things that this team needs than most Bulls fans. You know what I'm saying? So I just, to me, I just think bench depth is going to be an issue for Chicago.
I don't think y'all keeping Zach Levine. I think he gone.
I don't know. It'd be pretty interesting if he leave. It'd be out. I mean, it depends. Depends on the month. It depends. It depends. I don't know. I think he's gonna be there. I don't think he gonna leave. He gonna leave.
But the Bulls are cheap. You really think they're going? The amount of money that Zach Levine's gonna want.
Well, I would say that if Paxson and Foreman was still there, but AK and Eversley, they there, and they want to keep him. So I think, and Michael Ron stuff, I think they gonna do whatever they can to keep Zach happy. You know what I'm saying? If this was the previous Bulls front office, yeah, I'll say yeah, he'll be gone. But I don't feel that way because they had made moves to surround him with more help. You know what I'm saying? And he and I think they're gonna offer him a decent contract. Now it's up to him if he want to take it or not. Then that's a whole different thing. If he don't sign it, then yeah, then he wants to go somewhere else. But so I always wanted when Jimmy Butler was at Chicago at the time, I wanted Zach back then because I always thought him and Jimmy would have been a really good pair. You know what I'm saying? In Chicago. So then when Butler left and then they got Zach, I was like, okay, Zach gonna need more help, you know. So I didn't expect them to sign DeMar. I didn't know who they was gonna get to help over there. And then when they signed DeMar, I was like, all right, well, let's see how this works. So
I mean, it all comes back down to coaching, because I don't feel like there's two coaches that haven't really been looked at, and one is Quinn Snyder.
hmm
Hasn't been looked at in terms of being put on the hot seat, and then also Billy Donovan. Look, and I like Billy Donovan. I think he's a great coach and everything. But at the same token, we got to ask ourselves, okay, you 0-14 or 0-whatever against elite teams. I think y'all got one up under your belt if I'm not mistaken. But
no,
against
we ain't got none. We ain't got none.
then it would be 0-15 if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken. Yeah, y'all are against the elite teams in the NBA.
But
So they're going to question that. And then on top of that, oh yeah, y'all just against the Pistons. There you go. Look, it's like this. You got Boston with Ama Udoka coming in, and he's already having an impact and having them play different than what
hmm
they were previously. And then on top of that, they're eclipsing in terms of defense. Ima Udoka is better at his adjustments than Billy Donovan. He's better
hmm
at his adjustments than Doc Rivers. He's better than his adjustments than Quinn Snyder. He's better at his adjustment. He's at the level of a Monty Williams. That's
hmm
he's better at his adjustments than Budenholzer. You understand what I'm saying? Ima Udoka has been able to adjust with everything that's been going on with the Boston Celtics. Let's just take into account what went on, okay?
Oh
A
yeah,
week
exactly.
hold on. We got okay. Listen, check this out. They had the injuries that had taken place early in the season. Some they had friction that was going on between Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum, and Jalen Brown. And then on top of that, Jason Tatum was very inefficient at the beginning of the year. Guess what done happened? He done adapted to it, turned it around, got some meat, and they made some moves that they needed to make. They got White in there. Now it's a fresh start. And then on top of that, he comes from the school of Popovich. And so White was over there with San Antonio or whatever, and he's like, I got a guy over here that knows the San Antonio offense and how San Antonio wants to play. And it's kind of like a hybrid version of San Antonio if you really want to look at it.
and
So he
and,
knows how to adjust, man.
and they traded Schroeder.
Yeah, Schroeder, but I feel like Schroeder was doing a decent job, better than what he was in LA. But yeah, he still his personality didn't mesh well with them.
Yeah, and and check this out. You remember when Billy Donovan was out for that whole week or so for COVID, and this that assistant coach, I can't remember his name, and you and when he was out, the Bulls. That's when the Bulls went on that long winning streak,
Mhm.
and he was able to make a certain adjustments every time, and then the guys reacted to it. And ever since Billy Donovan came back, they lost their identity from that.
You
And
talking
I
about
was
you talking about Fleming or Cheeks?
no Fleming.
Okay.
Fleming when Fleming took over for that week, and the Bulls was on that winning streak. Soon as Billy Donovan came back, they winning streak in. They started losing, and I was like, and I'll say because
Good.
He was making adjustments. They was coming out in the third quarter. They was getting at it. The ball was moving fluidly and everything. And I was like, okay, why Billy Donovan ain't looking and asking this guy and say, well, what did you do to, where it could help him? And that's why I was like, Billy Donovan he don't make the adjustments. It's just like you, you it's not like you got Katie and Kyrie on your team where you can just allow them to create their own plays. You gotta you gotta do certain things for Demar and and Zach to get them flowing. And whatever Fleming was doing, it was working for them guys because they was more efficient. They was they had their assist total was up. They was getting at it on defense, even though they had guys out. So that's why I was like, it's 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 his style of play, and it goes back to me when he had James Harden and Westbrook over there in OKC, and I was like, it's not gonna work because you could play small ball for so long, but you definitely gonna have to make some other adjustments to your team.
Well, well, man. You talking about? Well, you would be talking about Scott Brooks. Yeah. Oh, because James Harden had left.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, because
yeah.
Billy Donovan did coach. He coached Westbrook. I think what
Yeah.
he had coached Westbrook over there.
Yeah, it was. What's up with it, number one grinder? You can hop in here too, man, if you want to. We got a New York Knicks fan. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the homie number one grinder, man. We got Live Wire and we got Scrubs, man. Both of these guys up in here, man, chopping it up, talking about basketball, man, and football. Now, look, it's interesting about the Bulls. I still see them as a threat. Now, I don't have DeMar DeRozan as high as the MVP kind of candidate. Because remember, we talked about that a lot. Where I got John Moran as my number one, and Jokic, because Jokic put up a historic 46 triple double against the Pelicans.
Yeah, I mean, Joker been up there, ever since the beginning of the season. I think I gave Demar, if if the Bulls didn't be losing these games and he was still doing what he did, then I would have put him. I probably would have put him tied up there with Jar. But right now, I think Demar is probably. I'll get him like fourth. Jar's one, Joker two, and B three.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the far as he gonna go. But at least he in the MVP race. So but like I said, once the boys get all of they got the last three guys back, this week, next week, and whatever, then I want to see how Billy Donovan is going to operate these guys for the last few weeks of the season and going into the playoffs. You know, and I think they still has a chance because some of these games is going to be crucial now because they got the Phoenix Suns, they got the Jazz next week. They got they beat them already, but you know, hopefully we could get Pat Will back and get him coming off the bench, not starting, but come off the bench to get him some time to feel. And we got the Clippers again. We got Milwaukee, got Miami, and then everybody else is just suspect teams. You know what I'm saying? So we still got a chance to, you know, get off of that 0-14. So.
Oh man, look, and this is listen. I keep telling people, man, like, okay, yeah, DeMar DeRozan, he getting it done in the regular season and all that jazz, but he's still gonna have to go. You know, his kryptonite, you know, his
Mm-hmm.
his monster,
Mm-hmm.
his boogeyman has been the playoffs and exceeding expectations and failing to get it done. So that's what I want to see with DeMar DeRozan. I like his attitude, I like his work ethic, and I like what Pop has instilled in him, but he
Yeah.
still has to get it done. We got Grinder in here. I know he's in here to talk a little bit of basketball now. What's up with it, Grinder?
I'm good. How you feel? Good morning.
Yeah.
Good
What's going
morning,
on, bro?
JT.
Peace to you. Peace to you and your families.
What's up, man? What you got on anything? Your brother Daryl Sloan in the building too. Salute. Go up to my boy Daryl Sloan, historian of the highest order. Make sure y'all go check his page out. Man, what you got on LeBron? We talking LeBron. We talking Deshaun
Yeah,
Watson. We talking Tyler.
okay. Got a 50 piece.
Talking
So
all
what?
that.
Got a 50 piece. So what? Should have been done it right this time. So
All
what?
right. Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Okay,
what people jump on
man,
anyway.
you 50 something, all right?
Yeah, you gonna get a little windish, but then
You
I'm throwing the
you 50 something, right? Hey,
cares.
look. Hey,
Bro, you
look.
50.
Hey, he's 19 years in the league, 50, and was able to do it, man. Get that man his just do, bro.
Yeah, I get it, right? But I'm just saying,
Yeah,
it,
do
it,
it, just do. And he
He
leads.
won. That's what he get. That's his just do. He won.
Look. See, we don't want a man to shine, though. They want to talk about him.
oh, look. He got 50 points. Listen, you get 50 points, they win, great. But I'm just saying though, they
Mm-hmm.
got to win every game to get the play in. They still not out the woods yet. Even the Knicks. Oh, look at the Knicks. Look at that. Nah, man. You know. Oh, you see random playing. Come on, stop. Come on. Yo, stop the press. Yo, stop the solution. Stop. The Knicks still doing the same thing. Have Randall bringing up the ball. Let it go through RJ. But again, nobody ain't trying to hear me.
Of course not.
Yeah, you let the young players play. Yeah, now you want to cut down some of these minutes. Come on, man. Let's cut it out. The Lakers, Bingo, yeah, it's great. Yeah, could they keep it up? As we know, wherever Lakers get on a mini winning streak, they self-destruct, just as the Knicks. Yo, we can win. I think we can. I think we can go all the way get to playing. That's all. Yo, when we talk about playing, they fucking don't want to get to the playoffs. What is you talking about?
Playoffs. Play in. I just hope we can win some games.
Right? The fuck?
Playoffs.
Playoffs? Playing? Nah. You still have the same people doing the same thing. And yeah, listen,
Always finding ways to blow games that you should win. They have a chance. Nope, we gonna blow this game. Oh no, we're gonna blow that game next. Don't worry.
It's gonna happen. But I hate the Knicks though. Oh yo, you ain't rep New York. No, I'm being reality. You wanna
Eh,
win, if you wanna win games, you gotta switch it up. Now you limit playing Quigley and you limit playing RJ again.
I don't know why
Oh,
the heck
I
quickly
want
isn't starting.
I want to go back to something though. I'm not gonna let you. I ain't gonna let you get away with that, bro. Now look, hmm look. Let me tell you something. All right. If he can play like this, if LeBron can play like this, and he don't need to score 50, but what I've been saying the whole time, Grinded, Live Wire, and Scrub, is that if he does the intangibles and he's able to inspire his team, they can actually have a chance because you got to think about it. That inspire. Think about it. Who they got on Grinder about who's in the team. Somebody got a lot of background on. Somebody need to put themselves on mute or something. Okay. Um, like I was saying, he inspires. Look, I think Russ has inspired him. If you really want to be honest, as much as they talk about Russ being a turnover machine, like I told Grinder, like I told Scrub, and like I told Livewire, James Harden is the one that's leading the league in turnovers, not Russ. Russ is cut down on his turnovers, and Russ actually has been playing well. If they could play well with the combination of LeBron playing the way he's playing, and with the combination of Reed playing the way he's playing, they got a chance, bro. They certainly playing better than Philly.
okay.
I mean, he playing better than James Harden.
Okay. I'm saying
3 for 17.
I get what you're saying, but
You know what I'm saying?
3 for 17. I can't.
Oh man.
but I'm well, I get what you're saying about Philadelphia. I get what you're saying. But all I'm saying, bro, is listen, LeBron. Listen, I give LeBron props, and I'm saying I could take the back. It doesn't make a difference to me. But when it comes to the Lakers and Lakers, they got to
But
win every. They got to win practically every game to even get man. I
you don't know, brother, huh?
saying, especially the Knicks, man. Come on, I mean, like that game, they could have went. They could have beat the Mavericks. I mean, they could have beat Memphis
Oh,
again. Again, you want to go? There you go. You want to go to the best. So we again. That was a winnable game. We still won that.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah,
Daryl
exactly.
Sloan. We got Daryl
That
Sloan up there, man. What's up with it, brother Daryl Sloan? Make sure y'all go check his page out. Historian. We got two historians up in here.
Yes. What's going on, man? How y'all doing? How y'all fellas doing this morning?
Doing good,
I'm
doing good.
Doing good, man.
What you got on it, brother Sloan? Ain't
Man,
it?
yeah. I mean, well, hey, LeBron put up a 50 piece, but like I said, the biggest thing is they got to at least make the playoffs, man. They shouldn't even be in this position. They shouldn't. Even though they look at certain players that don't fit on this team, I know who I'm talking about. But at the end of the day, if you're a leader, find a way to make it work. If you're the main person that it's up to a certain person to bring in who they want to bring in. You see what I'm saying? Make it work. And so far it hasn't. And they struggle to even make the playoffs. Just own it. Just own it. You see what I'm saying? So far it hasn't worked. And they should be playing for the play-in tournament. But because they are, just like our man said, you need every game to win as possible. I think New Orleans is catching up to them. I think there's an argument that they had the easiest schedule starting out this year. And they didn't take advantage of it because the NBA knew it's going to get harder for them later on in the season. And these are crucial moments. You see what I'm saying? So that 50 piece, I mean, hey, I mean, it's all well and good, but at the end of the day, the goal is to win. Matter of fact, the goal is to win. I don't know if they're going to win a championship. They should at least make the playoffs. They should focus on that because they have been playing championship basketball for all season. You see what I'm saying? So we have to see what happens. I mean, they ain't got many games to go, so they need to try to make the best of it. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. Hey, look. And by the way, just to let y'all know, I don't know if y'all know that LeBron he eclipsed the scoring leader. So he's on top of the scoring leader. I know some people gonna be like, boo-hoo and all this other stuff, and me too. So what? But I understand that. But like Daryl Salone said, like Brother Grinder said, like even Scrub said, like even Livewire said, man, the goal is to win. I would be happy with LeBron and Westbrook scoring like 13 and Austin Reeves getting like 20 to win. But it's not gonna happen that way.
No, it's not gonna happen. Nah, we already know it's not gonna happen. I mean,
too much ego for that to happen.
Yes. Too much. But it's. I mean, look, they should be focused on going to the playoffs right about now. They should be focused on that. Right now, it don't really matter. Mm-hmm. It's the scoring thing. It doesn't really matter. I know it matters for some people. Oh, LeBron. I mean, okay, that's all well and good, but the biggest goal is to win a championship. But they should be focused on making the playoffs right now. You see what I'm saying?
Focus on just winning games.
Melo is on his way out. He's not. He's unhappy.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. I mean, I mean, people will make it on this noise that Carmelo be on the team, but it just haven't worked. It just haven't worked out this way. I mean, you get a bunch of superstars that don't mean go win a championship. That's not how it is. That's not how it really is. That's not how it is. You see what I'm saying? Chemistry makes a big difference. Look at the Bucks. They doing great. They got one superstar and an all-star and per se, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, but at the end of the day, they playing well.
Hey, y'all on here now. See, Daryl Sloan, thank you. Hey, y'all on here now. Wait, listen. Hey, what is Giannis, Daryl Sloan? I just want you to know, because I know he's going to.
Say it again.
What is Giannis a superstar?
Yeah, of course he's a superstar.
Okay, everybody's on here, right? You know what I'm saying? You vouching for him for what he just said.
Right? Of course. Okay. I mean, like last night. I mean, the only thing people think because you can shoot, you're a great player. You're not a great player because you can shoot a basketball. No, you're not. Steve Kerr would be a top 5 player if that's the case. No, man. Just because you can shoot, it don't mean it's gonna automatically solve all your problems. No. Basketball is 50% offense and 50% defense. Bradley Beal would be a top 5 player. He can shoot. I mean, it's a bad way of looking at things. I mean, Klay Thompson can shoot. Nobody will sit there and say that he's a better player than Giannis. No, man. No. I mean, Giannis is a great all-around. He's a great all-around player. I think he's the best player in the NBA. You make all but Kevin Durant being hurt for at least half the season. But as far as Giannis is probably the best player in basketball. He's probably the best player in basketball. Basically, because of this all-around play, what he can do firsthand on the court. Now, he has improved his jump shot. He has improved. Now, he's not going to be a great shooter. He probably won't be a good shooter, but at least he's decent enough. He's improving. I give him that. He's improving. And one thing about him, he didn't let it stop him. He's still putting up 29 points per game this season. But people never talk about defense. The man is a top 2 candidate to win Defensive Player of the Year. And my man from Phoenix, Bridges.
Yeah, Bridges. And I think they should have Thibault. I think they should have. Course. And I also think that they should, even though I got some pushback about this Cam Johnson, because Cam Johnson has done a tremendous job, and you also got to look at Marcus Smart. And he never it's just a crying shame of the stuff that the ability that this guy brings in terms of a 3-and-D guy.
His energy too, man. His energy.
And guys like Rudy Gobert getting exposed every single play.
We talked about that like 2 weeks ago. Yes.
Rudy Gobert's a shot blocker. That's it.
You mean COVID? You mean COVID starter? That's what you talking about?
Yeah. Man. He can't move his feet. He can't move his. I mean, listen. I don't knock for Rudy Gobert what he done. He's a shot blocker. I mean, he's good at what he does. He's good. He's good.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna knock him for that.
that's selling short, but like his game is in the paint.
He can put up 14, 15 a game. I mean, but yeah. I mean, he's good for what he does. I would say that he's good for what he does on that team. He's good for what he does on that team. Big body, block shots. He's good for what he does. I ain't gonna climb too much, but nobody gonna mistake him for being the best center in the league. That's for sure.
Right. Like, listen, he's good for what he does, but he has his limitations.
I agree.
His offensive game is, well, it's just.
It's. I mean, he's shooting like 60%, but he only averaging like 13, 14 points. You see what I'm saying? All the alley-oops and dunks. I mean, I understand. I get it. Putbacks. I get it. There's nothing to talk about. I get it, man. I get it. But I think I believe Giannis, Thibault, and they're gonna definitely make all NBA defensive first team, man. I mean, people don't never talk about the dirty work. That's one thing I hate. When you talk about offense, it's great. It's a fancy thing to watch. I get it. I mean, who don't love scoring? I get it. But when it comes to defense, nobody don't talk about it as much. Defense is a very key part of the game. Now I'm not saying that you're gonna stop anybody, but it helps a whole lot. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to the dirty work, nobody talks about it because it don't really show up on the stat sheet like other things. You see what I'm saying? So that's one reason. That's probably the main reason why I like Giannis, and the rebounding and what he does. Yeah, people don't even think to even look at that, overlook stuff like that. That's why I like Giannis. That's why I really, really like Giannis.
Well, listen, defense can be a beautiful thing. It really can.
Yeah.
People, the media's made it so unattractive. They've brainwashed everyone into thinking, no, offense. You ain't winning no championship on just offense. Obviously, you need to score the ball because that's the name of the game, but you do understand that the other guys can score the ball too, right?
Yeah, yes. If you can't stop points, then what's the use of you scoring all those points? Because at the same time, you're giving up all of them. Right. you see what I'm saying? So I mean that does make a difference. It makes a huge difference. It does. So I mean, it's a big problem. So you gotta be able to stop points. I mean, you're not gonna stop all of them, but at least you gotta stop some. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of people get that misunderstood and misconstrued. And when you evaluate certain things, we evaluate certain teams in certain facets of the game. Y'all there?
No, we there. I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing a live at 11:10 in the morning, so I'm putting the finishing touch on it. I'm still listening.
Oh, okay.
Well, like I said, we here to talk basketball. You gonna get with it, or you gonna go? You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Look, I keep this shit going all day. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. He's on point about Giannis. Who cares if he can't shoot? Don't nobody care about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't. That's the media put. Again, when we talk about defense, Patrick Beverly. If that's the case, I'll take Patrick Beverly all day. Besides all of that shit, give me motherfucking Mikal Bridges, the second coming of Robin Horry. Give me motherfucking Giannis because he's a defensive player of the year. He's another year too as well. He does it all, and he makes his offense come alive. Listen, Hyman Udoka has said this to the reporter, and that's why you got to fear Chicago Livewire. Listen, Hyman Udoka said that the best defense makes an even superb offense. Who said that? The great Mike Tyson said that shit. Mike Tyson said that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much what it is when you play in basketball stuff like that. Now, the thing with Tom Thibodeau is that he runs his players to the ground, and he's not very good at making adjustments. But if you take a guy, brother Darryl Sloan, Scrub, Grinder, Livewire, you know what I'm saying? If you take a guy like Monty Williams, he's able to mix it up, and on top of that, he's able to make adjustments. That's why I feel like, man, Phoenix right now is better than Golden State.
Yeah,
In a
yeah,
way, Golden State don't have their pieces.
yeah, absolutely. And you said a key thing, Polo. You know, you have to be able to make adjustments. And you're right, your defense, play good defense most of the time, it's going to open up things for your offense. You see what I'm saying? Because it could give your offense momentum. Because at the end of the day, you got to be able to make some stops on defense. You got to be able to rebound the basketball. You can't be giving up shots, extra offensive possessions. You see what I'm saying? That's how you can start fast breaks and get people involved. There's other things besides you putting the ball in the hole. I mean, you got to be able to do other things too. So every little thing helps.
Every it all connects.
Yep. Absolutely.
Play good offense, play good defense. Like sometimes you're gonna struggle with something, but but all right, we struggling. We haven't been able to get a bucket. We haven't been able to get a stop. Someone's all right. Down focus. Let's just do this right now. This is really where we getting killed. Let's get a stop here. One stop. You get a stop. All right. Do it again. Now you got two stops. One becomes two becomes four. Now you got some rhythm. Now you start creating some opportunities offensively. Get some easy buckets. And hey, well, you're back in the game that you're either out of or you could have been out of if you continue spiraling.
And check this out too, Scrub. You brought up a good point too, and I gotta go on this point. This is really gonna fuck y'all up. Check this out. Memphis is number 2 right now in overall defensive efficiency, and all they talk about was dominating the headlines. Ja Morant, dunking over everybody and stuff like that, which he is my number 1 MVP candidate. But they've been doing it on the defensive end, and that's without Dylan Brooks. You know what I'm saying? And Jaren Jackson, people got to remember he was like number one in shot blocking. You know what I'm saying? So we got to look at that sort of thing, but they don't pay attention to it. They pay attention to what I was talking about earlier. Lakers and all that stuff.
Ja Morant got a great team built around him. He got a good team built around him. They got bigs. They got some decent guys.
They dangerous.
They are.
I'm not going to sleep on Memphis. Look, hey, brother Del Sloan and Scrub and Grinder and Livewire, check this out. If Memphis runs into a team like a motherfucking Phoenix or like a motherfucking Golden State, you don't think Ja gonna try to rise to the occasion and embarrass your ass? That's why I want him to be marketed around, because that's what the league needs. To be able to overhump that pressure, just like Giannis did.
You know what? But I would say this, that we gotta be honest. We gotta be honest here on the NBA. They like clean cut. Okay? They do. Giannis is clean cut. We have to be honest here. Come on, y'all. Giannis is clean cut. Josh Morant, he's us. You know what I'm saying? He understands the culture. All about that grind. NBA want to keep that image up. Now I hope they market them. I do, but I gotta understand NBA is NBA.
Mm-hmm. Well,
yeah, it's a business.
AI went and look what he did. He got to the finals. You know what I'm saying? So if we're looking at it from that perspective, I mean, we could go all day. Look, man, this motherfucker can play. He ain't out there, putting out no image. He ain't out there sleeping with no women. He ain't out there with like James Harden. He ain't clean cut. Motherfucker got a beard. Nigga looking like Isaac Hayes and still can't get it done. Can't get it done. Come on, man.
I get what you're saying.
It can't even show up, man. If you put him in a one-on-one situation, man,
I get what you're saying.
And they still marketing around him. He ain't clean cut.
Yeah, but I'm saying Harden was never. I mean, before then, Harden was like considered was a moderate citizen. Now we see who he is right now. It's too late. I'm just going by. See, that's all, bro.
Yeah, look. Listen, Rhonda. I want what's it called? Them to because he got pretty much everything. I'm not saying okay, he's Jordan. Okay, I want people to understand. I'm not saying he's Jordan, but think about what Jordan came in. Dog, Jordan was cold. He was athletic. You know what I'm saying? He really couldn't shoot that well or whatever. But he wanted that moment. He wanted that moment, and he was hungry. John Morant is extremely hungry, but you got motherfuckers like AD. Oh, I'm hurt. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna sit down. You got James Harden. You know what? My hamstring bothering me. John Morant has hurt his ankle. John Morant has hurt his knee, and still has been able to come back right away and get back in the super.
Exactly. That brings me to that point. That brings me to last year in the playoffs with Giannis. When Giannis messed up his leg, it looked like he broke it. To me, it did. But he still came back and still averaged 28 points in the playoff and still won a championship. Had a 50-piece in the closeout game. Why is Anthony Davis is he can't come back for something that's maybe, I'm not saying his injury is not significant, but still, you see what I'm saying? So that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And John Morant is small Anthony. John Morant is small Anthony Davis. You see the way small Anthony Davis. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's why you can't build around AD. I mean, he stays hurt, then he play. He never played 82 games in the season. Not one. He never even played 80. He only played 70-something games twice.
And he was never. Everybody thinks like, oh yeah, he was so great in New Orleans. Yeah, he was great, but his team wasn't. He was never successful until Boogie and Rondo came.
Yeah, he missed them. And my point about this right here, he missed the playoffs more than he made it. He played 7 seasons, missed the playoffs 5 times.
But yeah, he's gonna carry the league. Remember they were saying that.
Yeah. And I'm not saying. Now listen, I'm not saying that he's gonna win a championship with the team. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But can you at least make the playoffs more than you missed it? I mean, I don't know.
That's facts right there. But see, that's what I was talking about Tracy McGrady and Kevin Durant yesterday, because everybody was like, "Oh yeah, McGrady was better." Da, 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 da. I was like,
"Yeah, right."
Durant got out of the first round. He made it to the finals in his young career. Yeah, Westbrook and everything, but he still had more in his package than T-Mac.
Trace McGrady is a great talent, but he's not on Kevin Durant's level. He's a great talent. I know at some point, like I told Polo Sports last night, at some point in the early 2000s, there was a serious discussion about who was the best shooting guard in the league. You know, Trace McGrady said he was. There's a serious discussion about it. You know, between him and Kobe Bryant. Yeah, opposite the beast, but they mostly focus on between Trace McGrady and Kobe Bryant. When Trace McGrady got traded to the Rockets, that discussion was over. He wasn't the player he was in Orlando, and then plus he was getting hurt. So, I mean, you know. Man had, like I told Polo Sports yesterday, you put Kevin Durant in 2006 with Yao Ming, they're going to make it out the first round. Trace McGrady had a dude that's 7'6", 310. Now, I'm not saying Yao Ming was he was never the most healthy person in his career. No. But that year, they should have been past the first round.
He was killing. When Yao Ming evolved into the game, that's facts right there, Joe Sloan. Everybody, and they know this. When Yao Ming first came into the league, everybody was like, man, he had no chance to make. You had people just clowning Yao Ming. That after that second to third season, Yao Ming was on a whole nother level. Like to
Absolutely.
the point where people were picking him. At this time, we were playing live before it was 2K. People were
Yeah.
picking Yao Ming on live.
Well, absolutely. You don't think I asked anybody in the chat room in this chat room. You don't think if Kevin Durant played on Orlando Magic in the Houston Rockets, you don't think he would have led his team out the first round? Come on, man. I'm not saying win a championship. No, I'm not saying win a championship. No, at least at the first round, possibly the second round. Come on, that's all I'm saying.
And he worked heavily on his game. You know what I'm saying? He was working on his footwork. You could tell guys like Kevin McHale and Hakeem Olajuwon. He was even working with like Patrick Ewing, some of the good bigs to try to help his game because he was a student of the game and he was putting moves on Shaquille O'Neal. He was
Oh,
putting.
yes.
He was putting moves on some of the elite bigs at that time, and he could also hit the little mid range.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, oh yeah, absolutely. He gave Shaquille. He definitely gave Shaquille their problems. Now, y'all not better than Shaq, but he definitely gave Shaq problems with his height and his skill set, hitting the fadeaway shot, his hook shot. He definitely gave Shaq a lot of problems because he was the first guy to actually block Shaq 3 straight times in the paint. He definitely gave Shaq problems. It wasn't no easy. It wasn't no easy rap with Shaq though. Not with yeah. I mean, it wasn't easy.
Now, what do y'all think about Jason Williams, White Chocolate, coming out and saying that Kobe isn't a top?
I ain't even paying no mind.
I already,
You know,
I already
uh,
Ryder cooked it there. Well, what do y'all feel about
whoever want to answer that first, I ain't gonna take it to the show. Go ahead, whoever want to answer that.
I ain't got nothing to say except it was a waste of time to even talk about it because
Yeah, it is.
there's no substance to that.
Nah, nothing at all, man. There's no substance. We can bypass that if y'all want to.
I mean, well, the reason why I stay on that is because, okay, as far as top five Lakers though, let's stay on it, Del Sloan, because there's been a lot of arguments about.
Oh yeah, it has. I think now I'm gonna say this. I'm not saying he's the best Laker, but I say the most important Laker. The most important Laker. If you talk about why the Lakers are the Lakers, why the Lakers are in Los Angeles right now is Elgin Baylor. I say most important, not the best, most important. If you talk about the most influential Laker, I say Jerry West. Why? Because what he did as a player, and add on to that, as far as his general manager and an executive, putting team together. He found Kobe Bryant. He signed Shaquille O'Neal. As far as what he did in the front office, combining that, yes. But straight up player, Kobe Bryant, either Magic Johnson.
What about
Top two.
the reason why I got Shaquille on there is not okay. Not what he did in the regular season. People forget, Brother Del Sloan, Scrub, Grinding, and Livewire, that Shaquille O'Neal got 3 Finals MVPs.
Oh, no doubt.
And
He definitely one of the greatest Lakers.
now he started off slow in all the seasons that he played. You know, he had to play himself in the shade and was lazy and all that stuff. But when he came, on, he came on strong.
I mean, you talk about the Lakers. You talk about the Lakers, man. They're so listen, man. Even going back to George Mikan, that's George Mikan. He helped bring 5 championships. You should have his jersey retired, by the way, because it's a travesty. I'm gonna tell you why. You see, they count those championships, but they don't retire his jersey. That makes no sense.
Right.
You count those championships that he bought, but you don't retire his jersey. That's disrespectful.
All right.
What I'm saying is, this is you talking about the Lakers, like the Celtics. You talking about the Lakers. I mean, there's so many great players, and it's kind of tough to rank. It's kind of tough to rank them because there's so many great players that play for the franchise, man. Even if you take out the top five, even though he was later in his career, you got Wilt Chamberlain, you got Gail Goodrich, Wilt Chamberlain, Gail Goodrich. You still got Pau Gasol. Even if you would throw in Bob McAdoo, but he was older. He wasn't the player that he was in Buffalo, but you still got a lot of them, man. James Worthy.
James Worthy, because he people forget that he was a. Listen, I'm sick of people saying that MVP is better than a Finals MVP. James Worthy got a Finals MVP on his
Of course.
resume.
Of course. I mean, it's tough to rank them, but I do know for sure. I mean, a lot of people might not agree, but still. And then you got Kareem. It's tough to rank them. But my top two is probably Irvin Johnson and definitely Kobe Bryant as far as top two. If you want to narrow it down, but as I've stated before, if you talk about the most influential Laker, it's probably Jerry West. The most important is probably Elgin Baylor. But if you talk about it strictly as a player, you have Kobe and Magic.
Live wire, who you got? I know you're a Chicago Bulls fan. I know y'all took that L in '91, but who you got? I think live wire hopped off.
Oh, go ahead. You said as a Laker or what?
Did a live wire?
Oh.
No, I guess live wire is out of here. Let me see. Grinder, you still there? And Scrub, you still there?
No, I'm still here.
All right, here.
Who y'all got as y'all Lakers?
To me, the top Lakers, Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, but like 5, come on.
5?
Like 5 or 10, whatever.
Let's see. Beyond Kobe would be Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Elgin Baylor, and Jerry West.
Anybody else going? I could wait.
Yeah,
Everyone else went already.
Hey, I maintain Irvin Johnson, Kobe Bryant, Jerry West. Let's see, Jerry West, Elgin Baylor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yeah.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah. I started saying between Shaquille and Elgin Baylor. I definitely got 3: Kobe Bryant, Irvin Johnson, Jerry West, Elgin Baylor, and probably Shaquille or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'll probably take Kareem. It's difficult. That's a lot of Hall of Famers with the Lakers, though, man. That's a lot of Hall of Famers. It's like with Boston. That's a lot of them, man. I mean, you got so many great players that play in the franchise. It's kind of ridiculous to rank them, but it's hard. Because they brought so much to the table, man.
Grinder, who you got, bro?
Okay. Do it have to be in order or just top 5?
No.
Okay, I got Elgin, Jerry West, Magic, Kareem, the 5th one. I'm gonna go out to a limb on this. I said Michael Cooper.
And that was my favorite. I don't have him on my top 5, but that's my favorite Laker to watch. That's my favorite.
Yeah. I said Michael Cooper, and I know I put it like this. If I said top 5, I said for me top 5 right now, he got to get mentioned. He played them great Laker teams. I'm seeing a defense right there, and at the same time, every year his offers throughout the years did improve, and we got people we got to show some love. We got to. Also, if you want to, I could switch. Well, if it's top 10, James Worthy got to be mentioned too. If it's gonna be top 10 too,
Hmm.
Oh yeah,
got to.
James Worthy McCollum.
You don't put James Worthy in top 10 Lakers. I don't know, something wrong with
He's a bit deserving of it. He's a bit deserving of it. Absolutely.
Now, I'm I'm gonna go with, of course, and I'm talking about just playing wise. It's going to be Kobe Bryant, okay, and I do have Shaq up there because they were able to three-peat. I mean, they they were able to three-peat. You haven't seen anybody in this era of basketball really be able to really three-peat, yet alone go back to back. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh, then I got I got Magic, of course, because he was able to come right in and make immediate impact with the. And even though Jerry West was kind of iffy about it and everything, they even showed that in the movie. He was
Mhm.
kind of iffy about it, and I think they exaggerated on that. But he made immediate impact. Then Kareem, and then of course Jerry West. And the reason why I got Kareem and Magic, up there, is because they went through some epic battles, and they've been able to supersede in those battles. You know what I'm saying? Like a situation like this that the Lakers are going through right now, you put a Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, a Magic Johnson, even a Magic. I'm talking about a Worthy and Coop and all those guys. Anybody, they would have loved to be in this position because they want to prove to people. That's why I tell people like, look, Grinder got a good point about LeBron. Like, so what? That's a good point what he said. I know I went at him, but that's a good point because in LA they're like, so what? Get us a win. It's championship or bust, and that's the mentality. And you see it like people don't care about your stats and none of that other stuff. If that's the case, then they would have loved a lot of guys that were putting up numbers, but they want to see championship. And then my last one is Jerry West because he was able to bring multiple titles as a player in the front office too as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And he's probably the most influential. That's what I was saying. He's probably it's an argument he was the best Laker, but not. But that's another topic. But my thing is, as far as his influential position
No,
of adding on to what he did as a general manager and an executive, I mean, you know, that's very very important. It's very very important. And he is Mr. Front Office. He's Mr. Front Office.
yeah.
Then he brought in Kobe, but he even said that when they drafted traded Kobe to the Lakers. He even said when Kobe Bryant did his workout, he just saw the best player in the draft, and he told Shaq, "Y'all gonna win multiple titles together." He foreseen this. This Kobe Bryant when he played the game, and he saw that.
What do y'all know what even? I know Daryl Sloan probably know what happened and maybe Grinded. Do y'all know what happened in that workout?
Nah.
He put I think like two, three players. One of them was Dante Jones, like one on one, and he was pretty much playing everybody one on one, and Kobe Bryant was blowing them off the court. And I mean, just getting by them, killing because anybody will tell you if anybody was dangerous in one-on-one games, it's Kobe Bryant. They said even more so than Michael Jordan. They said he thrived in one-on-one games, and he was just they were putting him up. They were putting elite level pros, already veterans, in the game against Kobe Bryant, and he was just doing them in.
Yeah, and it took
Am
a
I
Jerry
lying?
West to see that.
Am I lying, brother? Dale?
Yeah, you're not lying. You're not lying. That's correct. That's correct, sir. And it took a Jerry West to see that. It took a Jerry West to see that. See what I'm saying? So I mean, I mean, it's just based on the eye test, and it's just based on, I mean, how great a person is at evaluating talent.
Some people got LeBron up there though because he brought a title to there.
Listen. I don't know what y'all get ready to say about that title. I mean, listen. It's unusual circumstances.
I wasn't even gonna make that point about the bubble. I was just gonna say one title in LA.
I mean, he'd be a top 15 Laker. I say at least. I mean, but on the back end, to be fair about it. On the back end, to be fair about it. But even it's unusual circumstances. I mean, but I mean, I give him his props, but to evaluate it again, under normal circumstances, which as far as the NBA, I guess some people are saying it's a what's the word I'm looking for?
Pandemic.
It's an asterisk. Yeah, what? Asterisk. I'm not gonna say San Antonio's an asterisk because they won 4 more after that. But it looks like the Lakers can win them more after that. So I mean, and to even more evaluate it more, you see what I'm saying? To even more prove it, it's only one championship, so it's probably a mistake. But he still won. It's not his fault, but I would like for him to do it again. I would like for him to do it again, but it looks like it's not going to happen. So I'll say that Bron James top 15 on the back end.
Let me ask you something though, and we could go in any order: Grinding, Scrubs, Livewire, if you're still there, and Dell Sloan. What if? And y'all don't tell me to shut up because I think y'all already.
I'm up and listen. If Bron James win the championship, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. What if they come back and they win this championship this year?
Oh man.
Would that put LeBron up there?
We talking about the full body work as a Laker. I can maybe bump him maybe to the top 10, maybe. Maybe on that end, yeah, maybe, yeah. I have to be fair. I have to be fair about it, though, man. Even though he played a short time, I have to be fair about it, yeah. Especially if especially with the position that they in right now. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it looks like they ain't gonna make the playoffs or even the play-in tournament. But let's just say if that does, I mean, things can happen. I mean, there is a guy, I believe a guy, but things can happen. I just say if that was to happen, if I have to maybe bump LeBron James to the top 10 as a Laker, especially with all this stuff right here that's going on. All this, barely even making the playoffs. If that's the case, I would have to do that at the very least. At the most. I would have to do that. That's a huge if, man. That's a huge if.
If he get it done, actually get it done. I don't want to see no BS. I'll give him his props.
Be like, he all right.
Well, Brother Polo knows how I feel, so I'm not gonna say nothing.
Hey, Grinder, you gonna be like Tommy on Power? All right.
Nah, I'm not saying nothing. I'm getting ready for this morning real talk. I want contract. I don't want to think about that. I'm just saying that if it is, I'm just saying. I promise. If I had some money, I go to ABC store. Buy me one of the best cognac, and I just drink. That's it. I'm not.
They're like, oh, such and such is hurt.
You gonna see the fanboys coming out? I told you.
Yeah. I can imagine, man. I can imagine this can happen, though, man. I can imagine that's what's definitely gonna happen. If
you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, already know. They're gonna sit there. They're gonna say, man, they had a terrible season. They was in the play-in tournament and they beat everybody. They still won, man. You got to put him as the best. Like you got to put him as this all-time great player.
In the storyline.
Already know what's gonna be, man.
I told you they're gonna be flooded, a bunch of fanboys of these different.
Yeah, I know.
Yo, they're gonna talk about LeBron all day. Yo, LeBron being a joy. Look at that. Look at that. Come on, yo, listen. I'm not gonna be. I'm trying to be respectful. I said, listen, yo, y'all gotta stop getting on your knees. Stop. That's not good. Stop it. Cut it out.
Yeah,
man.
man. Yeah.
I mean,
It's crazy.
But it goes to show you, these people, they don't watch the games. They don't do the history like we do. They gonna really come out. But I'm just saying, if it happens, do it the right. Like I forgot who said it on the panel. Do it the right way. Don't cheapen us with that, because I'm saying that means the NBA already just just do it the right way.
Bless you, bro.
Guys, I'm gonna get some breakfast.
All right, man.
So I'll catch y'all later. Salute
All right,
everyone.
Should be on, man.
All right.
But yeah, the story. Y'all got the storyline. Rhonda and Daryl Sloan, man, they got the storyline already planned out.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm telling you. Yo, I told you, Polo, that we nah, you can't tell the man.
Rhonda gonna be a man. See, I told you, Polo.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. I already know what it's gonna be. Man, LeBron James had a terrible season. Russell Westbrook was sticking up the joint. Anthony Davis was hurt half the season, and they still won.
Never won yellow. They never wear yellow and purple. Yo, yellow, purple. Look at me. And them fans, but don't be surprised. They're gonna show themselves on camera. Look at this. Look at Lakers. Yeah, I said, like, you graduate. Are you making their money aside? I want to know. You never really rode with the Lakers.
Yeah, it's just because of LeBron James, man. They're not really Laker fans, man.
Right. And then once he leaves, yeah, that's fact, right? Once he leaves, then all of them gonna be gone, and they gonna go block on somebody else.
Exactly.
That's what they doing. That's what they doing with the Sixers. I'm like, man, Grinding know I've been a Sixers fan. Yeah, Daryl Sloan,
I love it. I love Philadelphia.
I was so heated that they did that. Oh, James Harden debut on Wilt Chamberlain night. Are you serious? Man, get the hell up out of here with that bullshit. Man.
Oh, of course, man. Yeah.
Wilt Chamberlain.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Look at James Harden already got caught in a nightclub with his shirt off, man. It doesn't make
I mean, man, I just, you know what? Joel Embiid got he only got, like, as far as if his health hold up, man, like 3 or 4 years, maybe in his prime, man.
That's fact.
Look, I mean, look, Joel Embiid's a great talent. I just want him to get at least one championship. I just want him at least win one. You see what I'm saying? But I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't think. I don't know, but in my opinion, I don't think it's going to happen because, like I said, the Eastern Conference, man, in the way James Harden's playing right now, I don't have no reason to think he's going to turn on the playoffs because he has a history of, not showing up. But at the same time, I don't think it's going to happen because the Eastern Conference is strong. You say the Eastern Conference when LeBron James was in it. This is the 2020s, man. I mean, I don't think. Hey, especially Cleveland. Cleveland's playing great, man. Cleveland's playing pretty good. They got a pretty good team. A lot of people need to start taking them lightly. If James Harden don't show up, man, I don't think the Sixers is going nowhere.
Well,
that's a fact.
I've told Grinder this, and I've told everybody else this, that it's going to come down to, believe it or not, it's not James Harden, it's not Embiid. You already know Daryl Sloan's coming down to
the coaching. Yeah, I knew it. You're going to say it, the coaching. Yeah.
LBC. Shout out to LBC NBA chart. I know you know who he is, Daryl Sloan.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
He brought up a great assessment. I put a post on there yesterday. Everybody, we're talking about James Harden, we're talking about Embiid. They're choke artists, of course, but Doc Rivers, his adjustments have always been suspect, and that's that's a fact. Doc Rivers, like I said, he's not good at adjustments. So we got to look at it in that regards too, because it is going to come down to coaching. The game is going to slow down, and these coaches are going to try to pick you apart. Like running into a guy like Ama Udoka, who's been up under the school of Popovich. Man, that guy,
Absolutely, man.
he's a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, the coaching makes a huge difference, especially in the playoffs. I think that's when it starts, really in the playoffs. People, the coaching and how can you make adjustments? You see what I'm saying? And that's what it comes down to. It's like last year in the NBA Finals. I mean, with the Giannis. They see the thing is they had
Uh
all these. Yeah. I'm getting ready to say it. Yeah. Um, like I said, you know Polo, and then my man Monty Williams didn't want to make no adjustments for Giannis, and to try to build his wall, and they kept saying, you
oh.
know, you have somebody big in the paint, some more bigs in the paint, and DeAndre Jordan like I said, he was young, and you see what I'm saying, and you see what happened.
Oh, you talking about yeah? Aiden got exposed. Now,
Aiden, oh no, I'm sorry, my fault. I'm sorry, DeAndre Aiden. I'm sorry, my fault.
no,
DeAndre
no.
Aiden.
I know what you meant though, but hey, let me ask y'all something because me and Grinder, we were watching the New York Knicks and the Phoenix Suns. Aiden, brother Daryl Sloan, Aiden has stepped up his game to a whole nother level, man. Do you think that Aiden is I'm saying is a potential superstar Hall of Famer, man?
I think if you develop a post game and score maybe 20 a game, yeah, I believe he is. He's still young, but I believe he is. I believe he can get there. I believe he can get. I believe he can get there. But yeah, I need to see more for him. This is like I said, he's still young. He still got a chance to learn some more. But I think he should work on his post game. He's a huge guy, 6'11", 260, 268 or whatever. He need to work on his post game. He need to be more of a scorer if that's the case. At least 20 a game and make a better impact offensively instead of just catching lobs. If you want to be an elite center or a player, I think that's what he need to do. But he definitely had great potential. He definitely had great potential. That's a fact. And since Chris Paul got hurt, I think they have stepped up pretty well. They stepped up. They're trying to maintain the number one seed, and they have stepped up. I gotta give him his props, but I need to see more.
Yeah.
If he want to be if he want to be an elite player, a superstar, a superstar. I think he's somewhat of a star now, but if he need to be a superstar, he need to work on his rebound. He need to work on his post game. And score more, a little bit more in the paint.
And also, the NBA is made for him too.
Yeah, I believe so.
But I think he should work on his passing more. I'm saying his career, he can get 3 or 4 assists. I think that now you can't really double him because he can score. He can get better of the goalpost, so he got a little jumper now, stuff like that. But I agree
Yeah,
with you. You gotta work on it. You gotta work on them things too. But I think if we keep on working his work ethic, and also if he needs to get better, and it doesn't hurt you get a championship in your career either. It doesn't hurt.
no, never. It never does, man. No, never. But
He
I
had
think
one.
say it again.
No, I said if he had one, if he could, like you said, if he still continually improve. I'm saying if he do it at least, I said about good 6, 7 years straight and getting better, could be.
Yeah, I think, and I believe. I would like. This is what I would like to see. This is what I would like to see right here. I would like to see Phoenix and Milwaukee play again in the NBA Finals. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I would love to see it. I would like to see Monty Williams make those adjustments now. I would like to see that. I think he'll have more bigs on the inside. ready for Giannis if that's the case. I'd like to see
Yeah,
that though, but I don't know if it's gonna happen or not.
yeah, I agree with that. I think Monty Williams, you see that he make the adjustments, and I think it goes to show he making the adjust. But see, this is the thing. This is the difference, as you understand what I'm getting ready to say right now. There is a difference when a coach make the adjustment just one side of the ball instead of both sides of the ball. Monty Williams could do it both sides of the ball, and that's very impressive. But I agree with you. He needs to improve more. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
It wouldn't hurt to improve more. Exactly.
No, they know it's some buzz about it. I'm telling you, he on his way. That's why.
Oh yeah, he definitely got great potential. He definitely is always room improvement. He definitely, yeah, I believe he is. I believe he is. I'm glad they have stepped up since Chris Paul, got hurt. Him and Devin Booker.
Yeah, and I'm just saying. I think last year would I'm a New Yorker, so I roll with the Knicks. But I would say this: Monty Williams deserved to. He's supposed to be coach of the year, not Tibbs. No,
Oh,
totally.
absolutely. Yeah,
And I
I'm
have
listening. Go ahead.
back on it too.
Yeah, I think Monty Williams, like I said, is well deserved for Coach of the Year. I think it's well deserved.
Phoenix
I think
was
it's.
in a circle for almost a decade and a half, and
Oh, you're not
take
making.
that
Not,
and take that and keep on improving like that. Like Tibbs, like people say, why you don't like Tibbs? That's not the point. If you know Tibbs' history, you know what I'm saying. I mean, when I was happy the Knicks make a run to the playoffs last year, yes. Did I like Tibbs? Did Tibbs make questionable adjustments? Yes, until is now. Why he playing these young players? Because he was forced to.
yeah, I think there's other candidates for Coach of the Year, but Monty Williams, I believe he will win it. I believe he will win it. I believe he will. I believe he will win it this year. You should anyway. You should. You know, like I said, the adjustment he made, especially the adjustments he made without Chris Paul, he out for the rest of the regular season, not for the playoffs, the rest of the regular season, I believe. And
Yeah.
but yeah, yeah, I believe he will get it. I believe he will get it.
Mhm. Yeah. I'll tell you. Well, let me get on here and get ready for my morning live.
All right, man.
Well, always a pleasure to talk to you, man. And let's say LeBron is not. If people want to think he's gonna make a run out, we don't think he's gonna make a run because saying that. I know your fanboys wants to dream, and that's not gonna
Yeah,
happen. Okay.
yeah, yeah, man. I mean, it's not. I mean, I think it's pretty much done for. But the best thing to hope to do, they can make the playoffs. At least make the playoffs.
Yeah, right. Listen.
That's
We don't want to see. We don't want to hit. Oh, come in and everything. Make the playoffs.
yeah. That's the only hope for them.
Let's make.
That's the only logical thing that I can see. Exactly. All right,
We
y'all about to
still
go
got
as
to
well.
make.
Y'all. That's right. Go ahead.
Yeah, just like. Yeah, you're right. But just like the Knicks, make the playoffs. I don't care about. Oh, we will make the coming. Nah, I don't want to hear none of that. Just make the playoffs. Nah, just stop. Yeah. Just stop talking. Stop. Get me sick with that. No, really get me sick. Yeah, look at Red. I don't want to hear it. Oh, yo, so the Knicks so-called experts said, oh yeah, tis for president.
Yeah, man.
Come stop you off with that, man. Come on, stop, man, stop it. But stop it. But this is the sad thing about it, bro. The mainstream media, they put these people like they somewhat experts of these teams. And the majority of the time they wrong.
It's the media, man. That's the media for you. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying, but that's the media for you, man. That's just the media for you. It's bad.
And then they got the nerve to talk about us as fans. We don't know the game. They got coaches on there. Oh yeah, he's a Hall of Fame. She a Hall of Fame coach. She a Hall of Fame coach and stuff like that. So what? Like they cannot be wrong.
I mean, we know they want to use these crazy analytics, man. They want to use these crazy analytics and these advanced metrics, which doesn't mean nothing. It's bad. It's bad. I mean that's how it is. It's sad. It's sad how maybe once upon a time the media didn't think that way, but it's sad how it is now. You see what I'm saying? I mean, hey, I don't know what to say. I mean, that's how a lot of all these teams and coaches, a lot of them get very influenced by the media. But what can you say though, man? I mean, a lot of times they are wrong.
Yeah. And y'all still say, "Oh, the Knicks win," and all like that, but you still have Randall bringing up the ball, and you still don't trust RJ, and he's proven himself. And something wrong with that picture to me.
Yep,
You
absolutely.
learn? Yo, look at it. He's one of the best power forwards in the game. And look at it. Oh, Coach, look how the NBA have it right now. He should.
Yep,
We don't
exactly.
We don't have no point guard, but do y'all develop point guard? Because the rookie that had, he did go all right, quickly play all right.
Yep.
I don't get it. What do you mean we don't have no point guard? I don't understand. I don't get. Oh, we don't have no shoot guard. Well, RJ come in, but you gotta get them young. You gotta get them young players time. You gotta let them play. That's what you there for. That's what you there for showing them. You cannot show them in practice if you don't put them in games. You put them on the bench. I'm telling you, Tiz had his hands forced. He ain't had no choice.
Absolutely. That's a fact, man.
I'm telling you. I'm being honest with you. I'm telling you. He didn't really want to do that.
Facts, man. Facts.
All right,
But
brother. Pleasure to talk to you, man. You have a good one.
take it easy. Take it easy, man.
Do say thank you.
Yeah, man. All right, Polo. I'm gonna get up out here. I got some stuff I gotta do, man. If you be on later on, man, I'll be on your live. All right, man. Yo, Polo.